Merry Christmas, pixelated cat.
And she seems to think she couldn't do it. I need to just show her the streams where she spends 20 plus minutes just chatting and not playing a game. Pause, please. Amber leaves. So Disney doing a redo? Now there's a difference. There's a difference between just following typical tropes and then rehashing what has already been done. Would I call it lazy? Not entirely. Some of it can be perceived as being lazy. Some of it could be, and there might be a cash thing sort of going on with it too. But honestly, I kind of feel like part of what Disney is trying to do with the redos and the remakes and stuff like that is to do like a what if, like do a what if. It's like, okay, what if this was like this? What if this was like this? You know what I mean? Are they necessary? No. But I don't know if I'd go so far as to say, oh, they're just like stamp them as lazy. You know what I mean? What do I think of the shy average girls? I'm honestly neutral. It's again, it's all tropes. They're all basic tropes, you know? I'm sure there are real, actual ladies out there who are like that, and I'm sure there are real, actual dudes that are like that, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a stereotypical trope. So, I mean, I guess kind of neutral, I guess. There's one named Hinata. Oh, I'm familiar with Hinata. That literally cannot be anywhere near the main character Naruto without becoming a nervous wreck because she likes him so much. Yeah. Is it bad, weird, lazy? Like, using the trope? Like, using the trope? I mean... Okay, so so as someone who is a storyteller, I am an aspiring author. The reason why these tropes exist, there are specific tropes, and they each have a specific sort of story arc. So in Hinata's place, you see the shy, blushy, shucksy girl, and her character development over time, she then becomes more confident, more self-assured. She becomes more out of her shell, that sort of thing. And then, of course, you have the overly pushy, bossy, whatever trope, and she becomes less self-centered, more open to, you know, other people, whatever. So it's used in storytelling to give specific characters their own sort of personal obstacle to overcome, if that makes sense. So that's exactly why these sorts of things are used, and used consistently, because they work as a storytelling device, you know. And that's why those sorts of things, you know, that's why those sorts of things are used, and they're used a lot. And I think that's one of the reasons why people tend to gravitate towards certain tropes than others, because they enjoy that particular sort of character arc, character building, character development. You know what I mean? So thank you for helping answering question, by the way. Of course. Hashtag canon event. If it makes a character work, I don't see why it wouldn't be. Okay, right? Exactly. Do you consider yourself to fit into a character type? No. Unless you count the plucky comic relief. The plucky comic relief, the main character's best friend, that sort of thing. I mean, is it lazy? No. Why would it be lazy? Why would that be lazy? Using, again, speaking as a storyteller and aspiring author, again, it's not lazy, because when you think about it, originality is not really a thing anymore, because everything's pretty much been done. Everything has pretty much been done, and you can change things, you can add things, like your own spin on stuff. But do I feel like using tropes is lazy? No, I don't really think so. I don't think so. I mean, if it tells a successful story, and if it's enjoyable, and there are people who like to read it or follow it or whatever, I wouldn't say it's lazy at all. The only thing I would consider lazy storytelling is if you stick with the tropes and there is no character development. If that becomes their only personality and that's all they are and that's who they are, that is what I call lazy storytelling. In my opinion, when people call something lazy, they just don't like how someone else does something and is usually just envious of another person's success. Maybe, not always. Pixel is just chaotic comedy relief. Yeah, basically. Pixel is a positive chaotic archetype. Don't forget Motormouth. What do you mean? Originality is dead. It's all about how you can flavor what has already been done before. Exactly. There really is no new territory to explore. So you can't really call something lazy. You know what I mean? Finding something original and something that hasn't been done before, you won't find it. Because there are only a certain amount of story types in general. And I can go into all of that. But I'm not going to. It's late and I'm supposed to be playing a game. And she seems to think she couldn't do it. I need to just show her the streams where she spends 20 plus minutes just chatting and not playing a game. See, Thor, see? I got into my first combat before an hour, so just FYI.